He says, I just got to together.
Performance transmissions. We're going to do a black market fuel filter billet block install today. And I've been procrastinating a couple months because I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. After I did head studs, head gasket, and the coolant bypass, this here setup, which I had to knock the freeze plug out in the back to do that. But anyway, we're working on this today. Now let me show you. This little block right here will connect together. Once I get that housing off, there's hard lines that come down. One of them is the line that comes as the return from the pump. You can see it right here. The return from the pump, I think, goes to it and connects. And then also another line that comes off the rail and connects, and then it goes out the backside. So once you get the housing off, you got to connect those two together with this banjo fitting on each end. 2 pipes coming off here. I think there's 2 pipes coming off that also. For now, I got the supply line out. And this here goes into the pump, and that comes out of the housing. It's got a little screen on it, which we won't be reusing. But, and then I put the new fitting in that came with the kit. Right here, there's a fitting with the barb on it. It's just got a bar. I got it covered up so it doesn't get anything in it. And I blew all this stuff off. I'm kind of paranoid about getting a piece of sand or something in this thing because I don't want to go in and do an injector. But down there you can see that's a heater. That's just going to be unplugged. So we won't reuse the heater. And you don't really need the screen because those particles, I mean, we got like a 3 micron filter, and I think the factory's like a 6 or 7. So that's not really even doing anything. But anyway, once I get that off, in that block, there is the backside. The banjo fitting will go into it. The actual feed.
Brand small block Chevy heads that are coming through and anything.
Let me pause that. The feed line from the pump in the back is going to go into here, and then coming out of it, you'll put this little fitting on it, and it's going to be a hose going from this fitting. This hose is going to go from this fitting down to the inlet of the CP3. So we'll have a fitting coming out here on that billet aluminum piece, and it's going to run underneath, and it'll go right into the CP3 pump with that barb. So let me try to get this thing off, and then I'll be back. Okay, I got the housing off, and it's sitting down there. And as you can see, here's a fitting, 2 pipes. We're going to use that block to go from in between there. And let's see if you can see this one. Let's see, right there's the other end of the other one. This here. Go in. And then this is your in feed. This one here is your feed that comes from your pump back at the tank that feeds into the housing. And this, let's see, hold on a second. How about that other piece? That one bolt's gonna go through here for that. Now I just had that sitting there a second ago. Dang it. Oh yeah, here it is. It comes from up top. It's right here. Dang, okay. See this? This one here goes up to the rail. And this will go through here. This bottom one will go through here, through the banjo fitting, and then we'll go into that little block. This is gonna go in between them. So let me put some of these new washers on here. This came with that head gasket kit that I had, and it had a bunch of extra ones, so I'm going to use those new ones. Let me get this mounted, then I'll show you that. Okay, got to make sure you tighten this one back up right here. You have to loosen that to get that other end of it to swivel. This thing's too bright. Okay, got it. Here's the one end here. And you get that to swivel around to line it up. And then there's that little tube there. And then there's the other banjo fitting there. Gasket on each side of those. And then there's a gasket up here on each side of these, which I didn't take that one off. I just barely loosened it. So it should be fine. Now, I gotta mount the block with the filter on it. And I gotta get the in-feed. Here's the one that feeds. And then coming out the front, I'll put this on. And we'll run our hose up to the CP3. And I think that's it. This here is what that little tube takes the place of. In, or in, out. Then here's your in feed for the fuel supply. And the out on the black market's going to come out up here in this section. And the whiff sensor is going to go in right about where that heater is. Okay, here's the parts removed. One fuel line, heater, and box. I'm about to put some of these on. Switch this thing over to black and red. And here's the finished product. Filter. Why that washes it out? This cheesy old. Anyway, this right here looks good, dude. Here's the line that goes from the block to the CP3. Yeah, I'm just overviewing it. And here it is mounted with the filter on it. In feed. And then I got the whiff sensor put in there too. You can see that right there. Nice and clean. Easy to swap. And 3 microns. Excellent. Oh yeah, one last thing. Even though this one, I looked it up, it's only like a 5 micron or something. 4 to 6, 5, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna stick this over there so that when any moisture or anything that builds up in the tank, I'll collect the water as it comes out of there. And I always run, all fuel runs through this. So it'll be filtered here with the water separator in the back. And then when it gets to the front, it'll have the higher micron filter before it goes into the CP3. Because I've been just running everything through this and then using the front one basically for just a water separator. But I'll swap that out and I'll be good to go. There's a tow pig for the No Name Nationals. She's either pulling a camper or a car. Either way, she's going. 5-inch straight. Clean as a whistle. New seat cushions.